So today, we're gonna dive into this amazing story. It's kind of like a modern fable, you know? It's all about hardship, family, and get this, the totally unexpected power of a simple snack. Yeah, it's a story that kicks off with a really tough choice and ends in a way you just wouldn't expect. And really, it all comes down to this one question. I know, it sounds a little weird, doesn't it? But you're about to see how this one humble, spicy samosa becomes this catalyst for everything. For forgiveness, for starting a business, and for bringing a family back together that was just about to fall apart.
So, let's get into it. Our story starts with our main character, a young woman named Chandni. And if you need to know one thing about her, it's this. She is completely, 100% devoted to her sick mother. It's everything to her.
And this right here, this quote, just says it all, doesn't it? Chandni is always trying to get her mom to just take it easy, to rest. She even takes over the really hard work, like harvesting peppers, all by herself. That sense of duty, man, it's the engine behind every single thing she does.
But you know how life is? It always throws a curveball, right? An arranged marriage gets set up for her. Now on paper, this looks great. It's a path to financial security. But for Chandni, all she can think about is her mom. The idea of leaving her alone, especially when she's not well, it's just tearing her apart. So right away, you've got this huge conflict between what society expects and her own loyalty to her family. And it's going to send her down a path she never saw coming.
Okay, so Chandni moves into our new home with her husband's family. And let's just say the welcome mat is not rolled out. It is cold. She immediately clashes with her new mother-in-law. And this is where that classic age-old conflict between, rigid tradition and basic human empathy just explodes.
Wow. Just listen to how harsh that is. It's pretty stunning, right? All Chandni did was say she was worried about her mom, and that's the response she gets. The battle lines are drawn, instantly. It's crystal clear that this isn't a house built on compassion. It's built on rules. Hard, unbending rules.
And this is the moment it all boils over. The breaking point. Chandni just makes this simple, honest plea. Can my sick mother please come live with us? And the response? It's not a discussion, it's a brutal ultimatum. She's put in this absolutely impossible position. Choose your new life and this house, or choose your mother. You can't have both.
And what does she do? She chooses her mom. No hesitation, she just packs her bags, walks out, and goes right back to her childhood home. Just like that, her marriage is over. The financial security she was supposed to have, gone. It's this incredible act of loyalty for sure, but man, it leaves her future completely up in the air.
But listen, this is not where the story ends. Not even close. In fact, it's a new beginning. Because even though she's been forced into this corner, Chandni doesn't just sit there in despair. No way. Instead, she finds inspiration right in her own backyard, in the chili peppers that she and her mom have always relied on. And this moment right here, it's huge. It's the shift from just reacting to what life throws at her to taking control and building something for herself.
And just look at this plan she comes up with. It's so simple, but it's brilliant. It's like a masterclass in starting from scratch. First, she takes care of her mom and the pepper plants. That's her foundation. Then, she figures out her secret sauce, right? This unique chili samosa recipe. And finally, she launches a food stall at the local market. I mean, think about it. She's not just trying to get by. This is resilience in action, turned into a full-blown business strategy.
So her little business starts to take off. It's a success. But success often draws the wrong kind of attention. And that's exactly what happens here. Her past and her brand new present are about to crash into each other, right in the middle of the crowded market. It's gonna get dramatic.
And there she is. Her mother-in-law shows up at the stall and she is furious. This is where you really see these two completely different worlds collide. For the mother-in-law, honor is all about status, about what the neighbors think. But for Chandni, honor is something new. It's tied to her hard work, her independence. And that accusation just hangs in the air, with everyone watching.
But wait a second. This is where the story gets a little more complicated. You've got to ask yourself, right? What's really fueling this kind of public rage? Is it just about family pride? Or is there maybe someone else pulling the strings in the background?
So, right when things are about to explode, guess who shows up? Chandni's husband.
And in a total plot twist, he doesn't back up his mom. Instead, he points to some other guy in the crowd, a local troublemaker, and exposes him as the real villain. Turns out, this guy has been whispering poison in his mother's ear the whole time.
And this right here just lays it all out, plain and simple. It's a crazy reminder of how easily lies can just wreck relationships. The villain made Chandni out to be this huge disgrace, right? But the truth? He was just a coward who wanted revenge because Chandni's husband had stood up to him before. He knew exactly what he was doing. He played on the mother-in-law's insecurities and manipulated her, turning her into a weapon to try and ruin Chandni's business.
So once the truth is out in the open, everything just shifts. The anger, the public shame, it all melts away. And what's left is this deep, powerful sense of regret. This is the turning point. This is the moment that opens the door for everyone to come back together. And this apology, wow, it changes everything. Because for the first time, the mother-in-law sees Chandni for who she really is. Not a disgrace, but a strong, independent woman. And she finally gets it. She realizes her own mistake was trying to crush that spirit instead of lifting it up. It's such a huge step in healing that gap between them.
So in a moment like this, what does Chandni do? Does she hold a grudge? Nope. She does something incredible. She takes the very first money she makes from her samosa stall and she buys a gift for her mother-in-law. It's such a simple thing, but it says so much, doesn't it? It's not about giving in. It's about showing incredible grace and proving that forgiveness has to come from both sides.
And now, check out how her whole vision has leveled up. She's not just thinking about getting by day to day anymore. Oh no, she's building an actual enterprise. We're talking growth, new products, the whole shebang. And the best part? She now sees her family not as a problem to overcome, but as the very heart of her business.
And that is exactly what happens next. The mother-in-law, the same woman who tried to publicly shame her and shut her down, becomes her #1 investor. I mean, talk about a complete 180. She goes from being the main villain to the main supporter. The biggest source of conflict becomes the biggest source of funding. It's incredible.
So this really breaks it all down, doesn't it? This is the real recipe for their success. And what's so interesting is, if you look at it, the samosas themselves, they're actually the smallest piece of the pie. The real ingredients, well, that was Chandni's unbelievable courage, the family finally coming together to support her, and, of course, the forgiveness that let them all move forward.
And honestly, this customer's comment just hits the nail on the head. The business isn't just successful because the samosas taste good, it's because of the story behind them. People can literally see the harmony. A mother-in-law and daughter-in-law working together, laughing together. That becomes their secret ingredient, their unique selling point.
And so that really leaves us with this final thought to chew on. Think about it. Chandni was resilient from day one, right? But her success didn't really take off. It didn't truly blossom until her drive was met with support instead of scorn. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much more could we all achieve? How much potential is just waiting to be unlocked if we chose to support each other's dreams instead of seeing them as a threat?